Welcome back. In the previous episode, we set up the animations for idling and walking, but we are still missing the transitions. We will deal with it in this episode. Okay, let's start. Head to Window menu, select the animation category, and from there, Animator. Drag the animator as a new tab for the animation window. Select the player game object. Now we see different colors of boxes. Might look confusing in the beginning, but it will be okay. Let's take a look at entry. From entry, there is a line with an arrow leading to our idle clip. It means that when this game object is created, idle will be the animation that is played. Let's drag the idle clip away from the other boxes to make some space. Then drag walk clip under it. Currently, walk is never played, since there is no transition from idle. Right-click on idle, choose Make Transition, and left-click on walk. Then right-click on walk and make transition back to idle. Now we have transitions back and forth, but no condition when the transition should happen. So let's make one. On the left of the animator window, we see two tabs, Layers and Parameters. Click on the parameters. Currently, the list is empty. So press the small plus icon, choose Bool, and give it a name Moving. Then click on the arrow that leads from idle to walk. In the inspector, there is section for conditions. Press from the plus and it automatically assigns the only condition we have on the slot. Make sure that moving is set to true in this case. Above the conditions, we see a small timeline which displays the transition between the clips. Expand the Settings menu and change the value on the Transition Duration field to 0.03. Also, uncheck the Has Exit Time box. We want the transition to be fast, since this is a simple 2D animation. The slower transition is good for 3D animation, in most cases, but we don't need to go into that now. Next, click on the other arrow and add condition to it. This time set moving to false. Then uncheck the Has Exit Time box and change the transition duration to 0.03. Now we have a condition that when moving is true, the walking animation is played, and when it's false, the idle animation is played. But there are no instructions for the moving boolean to switch between true and false. Well, soon there are. Let's open the player script. First, we need to store the animator component inside of a variable. Write private animator anim and semicolon. Then inside of the start function, write anim equals to get component, animator, parenthesis, and semicolon. Now we have the animator component stored. Then we have to tell the moving boolean that it's set to true when we press A or D, and that it's set to false when we don't. So inside of the if statement, write anim.setBool parenthesis. In the parentheses, we first need to refer to the name of the boolean in double quotes, and then either set it to true or false. So let's write moving and then comma and true The name of the boolean needs to be exactly the same as it is in the animator. Then write the same line inside of the other if statement. Finally, we need to change the boolean to false when we don't move to left or right. So inside of the last if statement, write anim.setBool, parenthesis, moving and false. Let's test this in play mode. Save the script and return to Unity. Great work, it works perfectly. Now we have a functioning way to transition between animations. We created the structure in Animator and put life into it with code. In the next episode, we will set up the level and the camera. Remember to save the scene. See you later.